And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio. Back to basics. Alright. Well, in between episodes, I took a little bit of the tedium out of it, and I laid some groundwork for getting our circuits up and running, as well as, getting the copper area ready to go. Still haven't got our sulfur train filled yet. I really need to crank out those first 75 blue science packs in order to start cracking that stuff down. So we want to go to copper plastic. And let's just go there now and start train. So it should zip me down there. And that way I can use the train itself to set up the inserters and everything. So we're just going to cruise on down there. Make sure all my signals. I laid a bunch of signals on the track just to make sure there are more than one train. And this one is more of a loop than it is anything else. So we're going to stop the train and we're going to hop out. So this one I set up a little bit differently than all the other ones because we're going to have a lot of trains rolling through here because of this copper deposit. We're going to want to use this for any of the copper we use anywhere else, especially up where we're going to be making these batteries because it takes iron and copper to do so. So I want to make sure that we've got copper available. And I named the other three exactly the same. So hopefully, if there's a train in this version and another train comes through, it should pick up to go to this one. I'm not 100% certain about that yet, but hopefully that's how it works. I think it does, but I could be mistaken. So we're going to set up to unload the plastic. So we have, let's do 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 0, 5. We could probably put another one on there, but I'm not going to worry about it. Some of these can take 6, some of them can take 5. It's all kind of a crapshoot whether or not you hit them or not. Eventually, this will be super fast. Super, super fast. And I might even put some on the other side too. Depends on how fast. I mean, we're going to be going through a lot of plastic to meet the goal of 15,000 red circuits per minute. But for now, this is where it's going to be. So we're going to set this up. Let's just go over. Not 100% sure where everything is going to go yet, but I wanted to make sure everything was set up to work. So let's see what we can do about power, the power situation here. We're going to need more of these. So we have, where's the nearest power? It's quite a ways away. So let's just kind of go up there here. I want to click and then hold down the button. We'll start automatically placing them as far apart as they can go, which is nice because that feature coming up is going to be part of laying underground and underground belt and underground pipe. So that will be great when that is added. You can see I put some track over here as well in case we need to drop off extra plastic or something else. I'm not sure. Set up a similar loop type system with maybe some smart inserters. One of the uses for the express smart inserters will be unloading trains because they're super fast and it's nice to have. So we're going to have maybe one here. So I just need to hook these up now. These will be express belts and all that kind of stuff. Eventually it'll all be ready to go. But not yet. So now we need to look at getting some material ready to go. I could put plastic on the bus. Now that I've got it, I could just slap some on the bus and possibly sort that out. Create a little area for circuit making, because red circuits are greens, plastic, and copper. So I've got all that on the bus, but it's way up here. But in order to get blue science, I'm going to need... I don't want to do copper smelting and stuff down here yet, because none of this is actually being protected. None of it has any sort of protection at all. So if I go up and then over, it should fill up that belt for me. I'm going to need a lot of belt though. So let's just produce a few hundred of this belt. Give myself an underground to go under the tracks. Jump that under the tracks there. And just spam the belt up to somewhere we can see where we're going here. I'm going to need a couple more underground, I know. Oh, so many rocks. Oh. Okay, where are we in relation to everything? So let's... Oh, I need to actually destroy this one. So let's go under. Can I go under all the way? I can. Excellent. So now that we're above these tracks, let's see. I can go up maybe that far, and let's go over. Am I actually moving? I am. I'm just going so fast the plastic is slowly working its way towards me. Here's my iron setup here. And let's sneak plastic in. Right here. I think my main bus, my base bus, will be pretty minimal, because I'm going to have most of this stuff being made outside of the area. Like that. That should bring all the plastic in. I can make circuits right here if I need them. So red circuits, I'm going to put right here. I'm going to have this be red circuits. So in order to do that, we're going to need some serious... So we're going to do 5, 10, 11, 12. That should be enough. I'll set up my usual system here that I use for our red circuits. Give yourself some space. And then some space down here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's how I set these up. First, the copper cable you want on a faster belt, as fast as you can make it. So go down here. The other stuff you can actually get away with putting on a slower belt. And these are your other two ingredients. So you have copper cable coming down the middle, so your copper you want coming in right here. And this actually used quite a bit of copper, so be careful. So that's your copper. Now we need plastic and we need the green circuits. And these are going to be copper cable. Okay, so this is how I usually set this up. And I didn't really give myself enough room. Crap. We might be able to squeak it in. Let's see. As my copper, I usually have come around like this, because this setup is actually tileable. So this is where the other ingredients come in. And how do I want to do this? If I come in, I kind of forgot. It's been so long since I've had to make red circuits. Kind of forgot my setup. I think I do it up here. I'll do it. Yeah, see, this is why I'm too far up. So let's limit that a little bit more. I can get away with squeaking them in right here. And right here. That way I can come down like this and in like this, and then underground underneath. Okay, so I need a few more undergrounds. We got the splitters, so I will make the outsides will be plastic. You want to do opposite sides so they pick up off the same side of the belt. The outside there, the outside there. So the insides I want to be circuits. And let's draw them down right here. And take these and draw them down right here. It's a bit more efficient when it's not trying to take from the same side of the belt. So it kind of evens itself out quite a bit. The last item on that we need is copper, and we can pull copper in right here, which is nice. And then set that up. Now it's just a matter of inserters and output. And output, I like to go down the middle like this, cut it in, and yeah, belts. I use thousands of iron in this process. Okay. So belt, and then when it matches up, because it's when the things place them on the outside of the belt, that way with this setup, the full belt is actually being used. And then to bring it in to the circuit there, I just have to link it up. And instead of kind of doing a zigzag with my belts, I'll just put one of those there to offset it. There. The setup is done. It's just a matter of inserters now. A lot of inserters. So we want 2 coming out of there, 1 going in. And then we want 1 on each one of these. And we want 1 on each one of these. It's like that. There's your input. Now your output, I'm going to do fast long-handed. I need 10 of these. And I'm going to just go out on the bottom of all these. That way they're evenly spaced. Now it's just a matter of power. And I need so out of iron and stuff. It's crazy. And copper as well. I'd love to be able to do substations, but you need blue circuits for that. Or blue science packs. So this setup is a little bit messier, but it works. Once you get substations, you can throw substations around and really get it optimized. And then a heavy duty links everything up. Good to go. And we will soon have red circuits, which we can then use for blue science. Let's look at blue science. The only other item that we need is batteries. And so that will have to be our next big item that we push for. And I could do those here. I could bring the sulfur down, make sulfuric acid, and make batteries locally. And I might actually do that. I know I have batteries up here. But my defenses right now are pretty bad. They're pretty thin right now. So there's a sulfur train right in there. So let's ride the plastic train back up to our area and pull our sulfur train out. Where is our plastic? It's way down here. Right, and once it's all set up, I wish I had the exoskeleton upgrades. I could be able to run really fast. That really helps. So used quite a bit of the plastic out of here. And so now let's hop in. We want to go to refine, run the train, go to station. Because we need batteries in order to complete the blue science and finally get cracking on that oil, which will help the production quite a bit. And we're going to stop because of the chain signal. And who knows how much sulfur this is actually loaded. Oh, it's actually loaded. It's actually loaded quite a bit. Can't manually do it, so I have to pull it like this. And as soon as I clear that signal, that train should start. And let's see. Jump out here. This will block this train from going through. However, I don't want to block it. So let's pull it out and go this direction. That way it won't. And you see that chain signal now is red, meaning there are no places to go. So I actually want to increase the time on that. And the last bit, we want to go to bat sulfur. Run the train, go to station. So this will zip us up to our sulfur, where we, next episode, will pick up creation of batteries. So that is some exciting stuff. Stop the train, get out, and we are good to go. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.